What is up, you guys? It's Sussan Mourad right back here with Clevver News. And Oasis member Noel Gallagher had a lot to say about this generation's musical artists in a new interview, which caused a frenzy online and the hashtag Noel Gallagher is over party to trend on Twitter. A little tip for anyone coming for some of the biggest musical acts in the world: next time, maybe just don't do it. In a very shocking and slightly unnecessary interview on the Matt Morgan's Funny How podcast, former Oasis member Noel Gallagher shared his rather strong opinion on today's music artists and didn't hesitate to drop some of the biggest names while doing so. So for those of you who might not be familiar with Oasis or Noel, you might have heard the wildly successful and catchy 1995 song Wonderwall, which is a classic staple at any karaoke party, high school dance finale, or perhaps your parents' recent get-together. Now that we've got that all squared away, Noel's interview caused a lot of controversy among some of today's biggest fan bases. Although actually admitting that artists like Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran are some of the biggest acts in the world, Noel mourned the loss of what he referred to as proper rock stars, saying, quote, "Music now is style over substance. I find that these young people in the music game, they effing look great. They've all got tattoos and the image and all that effing bollocks. But really, they're not saying anything." He continued on to say, quote, "The biggest selling acts are whereas when I was growing up, the biggest selling acts were the best acts. The biggest band in the world was usually the best band in the world. Now the biggest thing in the world is effing Taylor Swift? What? F off." Okay, Noel, who hurt you? But when giving an example of proper flamboyant rock stars, Noel went on to name David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, and T-Rex's Mark Bolan, adding that today's artists will never be people like that because musicians will never make that kind of money. And the ones that do, like Ed Sheeran, effing whatever. Okay, now for some of you, this might be the first time you're hearing about Noel's issues with Taylor and Ed. Some fans, on the other hand, are very aware of his disapproval towards them, as this isn't the first time Noel has name-dropped Taylor and Ed in an interview. Back in 2017, during an interview with Stereo Gum, Noel claimed he didn't personally know anyone in his life who's a fan of Taylor Swift, just before admitting that she, quote, could have made her way into Oasis. As for Ed, who's covered Wonderwall in concert before, he claimed to be fully aware that Noel doesn't like his music, saying, quote, "But I get on with him as a person, so why does it effing matter?" Noel then targeted Miley Cyrus after claiming that America is widely responsible for the sexualization of female artists. He specifically pinpointed one example being Miley's recent VMA performance of her new song Midnight Sky, where she performed on top of a giant disco wrecking ball. Noel then proceeded to diss Miley, saying, quote, "That god-awful woman Miley Cyrus was on and she was doing some and even my 9-year-old son said, 'Why is the cameraman just filming her legs?'" Naturally, the internet didn't take any of his opinions well, including the fact that he also refused to wear a mask while doing the podcast interview. Fans got word of his comments towards Taylor, Ed, and Miley, to name a few, and quickly invited Noel to his own over party via Twitter. One user wrote, "Stop being jealous of young artists of this generation and focus on turning 60 in a few years." Another person tweeted, "Before attacking the artist of the decade, think about your career first. If you even have one." And also this fan who wrote, "Taylor Swift could do Wonderwall, but Noel Gallagher could not do All Too Well." Besides, something tells us Taylor is far too busy celebrating the success of her album Folklore to be concerned about Noel's opinions. To put it even more into perspective, Folklore recently topped the Billboard 200 chart for the 7th week since its release 2 months ago, even breaking Whitney Houston's record for the most cumulative weeks at number 1. As for Ed, he and wife Sherry Seaborn just welcomed their daughter Lyra into the world and most likely has his hands and heart full in the best way possible. That said, let's go out and spread a little kindness today, yeah? For more on Taylor Swift, you can click right over here to watch another Clevver video. Then be sure to let me know all of your thoughts on Noel's interview and the backlash he received in the comments section below. I'm your host, Sussan Mourad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.